Like, if you intended, you don't know this, but I know this, or Yahya knows it, I don't know this. I feel sleepy. I said, okay, let me go to sleep so I can refresh myself, so to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're sleeping, but you're worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, you're receiving reward while you're sleeping, right? Me, I don't know how to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't even know how to pray. I pray, but I don't know. I'm praying. I can pray the whole night. But I didn't receive anything from my prayer. So, the scholar is sleeping, he's receiving reward while he's sleeping. And you're worshipping and you don't have anything. That's why they said, رُبَّ عَابِدٍ لَا يَجْرِ مِنْ عِبَادَةِ إِلَّا تَعَبْ مَشَاءَ. Some people, they will worship every day, but they won't receive anything from this worship except tired. Now, that's why always, before you do anything in this day, try to know what is it. That's why many scholars, if they start writing a book, they will start Babu al-ilmi qabla al-qawli wal-amal. They start with knowledge before speaking or doing action. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ مَا أُرِيدُ مِنْهُم مِّن رِزْقٍ وَمَا أُرِيدُ أَن يُطْعِمُونَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الرَّزَّاقُ ذُو الْقُوَّةِ الْمَتِينُ. What he said? I think I can read this. He said, I have created jinn and men only to worship me. But if you don't understand this ayah, what I said earlier, to connect between your work, daily activities, and the worship, you will understand that in this ayah. He said he didn't create jinn and ants except for them to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Then he will make everything clear. Ma uridu minhum min rizqin. I want no sustenance from them. Why? Inna Allah huwa razzaqu zul quwwatil matin. Now, and nor do I want them to feed me, to feed me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want us to feed him or to give him something. No, he didn't want that. But surely it is Allah who is the provider. The powerful, Matin, the powerful. He's the provider and he's the powerful. So here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يقطع قطعا على أن كل الحركات في هذه الدنيا ترغب بالعبادة، لأن كل الحركات يعني قصد الإنسان في هذه الحركة كلها متعلقة بالرزق، كلها متعلقة بالرزق. إذا هذا الرزق الله لا يريده، لكنه أنت الذي تحتاجه. لماذا؟ لتتقوى به وتعبد الله سبحانه وتعالى. فإذا الرزق هذا وكل حركات اليومية تصبح عبادة. لا يعلم مفهوم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want to give me anything. That's why in the same ayah he said, I created you to worship me, and I don't want any sustenance from you. Why he connect worshipping and sustenance? Why? Because he want to connect, he want to make sure that he wants people to understand that the worship and the sustenance, it will be the same if you have a good intention. It will be the same. So there's nothing called ada. If you have, like, why you are working?
To get what I need to get.
To get something. Yeah. If you go to the computer, anything you're doing, you just want to have something. You have no problem. You're going to school, you want something. You're working, you want something. You want something. And all this is rizq, sustenance. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala connect this. So all this, if you do it to help yourself to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then there's no rizq, there's no ibadah. Everything is the same.
So getting the rizq is ibadah too?
It will be ibadah. It will be ibadah.
If you're doing it for a second.
If you are doing it to help yourself for the ibadah, so it will be ibadah. So what else? What?
Yeah, if you do it for the sake of Allah.
Yeah, if you do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And yeah, you do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because you're sleeping to refresh yourself to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? To come to the masjid. To worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're going to school to have a good job, to have a good building, to have a nice house, to feel safe and free, to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very freely. So then you're going to school, inshallah, it will be ibadah. That's why it's very important to know anything you're doing in this deen. The more you know the deen, the more you have more reward. You have more reward. Now, ويقول المؤلف والنفس بفطرتها إذا تركت كانت مقرة لله سبحانه وتعالى بالإلهية محبة لله تعبده لا تشرك به شيئا ولكن يفسدها وينحرف بها عن ذلك ما يزين لها شياطين الإنس والجن بما يوحي بعضهم إلى بعض زخرف القول وغرورا. هذا هو تقريبا هذا هو خطبتنا الماضية. What is saying here? Can you read this?
It says that man naturally acknowledges Allah's divinity, loves Him, worships Him, and ascribes no partners to Him. But human and jinn devils who suggest to each other polished speech out of deception corrupt his natural disposition and lead him astray.
Now, so now we know that we have shayateen al-ins wal jinn. Shaitans are from us, and shaitans are from the jinn. Allah subhanahu, when He created people, everybody believed in Him. كل واحد أقر يعني وحده الله سبحانه وتعالى. Allah, everybody. يا أخي مثلا كل مولود على فطرة. كل مولود يولد على فطرة. Every child was born in fitra.
The natural disposition.
Yeah. So what is natural disposition? Is to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's one. Everyone believe in this. So when you come to the dunya, your parents will make you Yahud or Nasrani or anything else. But in the beginning, you were Muslim. That's why.
Until how old? Until you move from your left to your right hand side, or until how old?
Yeah, I was trying to say this now.
Okay.
Some, like here, some Muslims, like sometimes they accept Islam and they have kids. They want the kids to take the Shahada.
Yeah, I've heard this,
Yeah, this happened. They want the kid to make sure they took the Shahada. They don't need that. Because they all believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if they have the idea here that, for example, Jesus is God, then they need to take the Shahada to make sure they have everything here. Yeah. But if they are young, or they don't have any idea of it, they don't need the Shahada because they are Muslims. Yeah. But if they have these ideas that to read, then they will take the Shahada and make sure that they clear everything in their minds. Now, والشرك طارئ ودخيل عليها. الشرك طارئ دخل في الإنسان، يعني بعدما كان الإنسان موحدا لله سبحانه وتعالى فجاء الشرك فدخل. The shirk is accidental to a person. Because the beginning you are Muslim, but accidentally you fell in shirk because your community or your parents or your people, they make you non-Muslim. And by the way, a Muslim, if you took Islam, you can't leave Islam and go to another religion. You can't. You can't. If you do that, the first one you did, you were lying. You didn't believe. But then, you can be a Christian, you convert to Islam. But if you are a Muslim, then you go back to Christianity, then you are lying first time. You are cheating. You are tricking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You didn't believe. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا يدخل الإيمان في قلب ثم يخرج. He didn't even use Islam. And he said that Iman will not enter in a heart and comes out.
What about in the case of people who become Muslim and they practice for like a few months and then they leave it?
They leave the Islam and they go?
They just don't do anything after that. No Christianity, no Islam, just nothing.
Yeah, they are Muslim. They don't pray.
Yeah, they don't pray.
They're not Muslim.
Yeah, nothing.
Well, we have to go back actually to the Aqeedah.
Many people, they come to Islam, for many purposes, many reasons. But if you say that, and we have, alhamdulillah, we have many people who convert to Islam. If you convert to Islam and you have Iman, there's nothing can make you go back. There's nothing can make you go back. If you have the Iman, sometimes you can go to Islam because you see that, oh, if I go there, I can get something from them. Or I can have peace with them. I can have friends with them. You converted because of this, but you don't have Iman. But if you have Iman, you can go back. Why? Another reason. Umar al-Khattab, he said, لا يعرف حلاوة الإيمان من لم يذق مرارة الجاهلية. If you was born a Muslim, you know Islam and you have everything in Islam, but it's not the same between me who was born in Islam and somebody who was born in another religion. And he grew up in that religion and he converted to Islam. It's not the same.